Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't either. I have to get that. My thought I might just get it because I was like, oh, maybe mine will expire. Mine doesn't expire till like next year or something like that. So it's like, well, shit, I gotta wait. But I'm like, I'll just wait for it to expire. So what are the odds that I'm gonna have to go to a federal building or get on a plane in the next like?
A small port.
Oh, it's fun. Man, so long ago when I flew into Evansville with my grandpa, we flew in it on a jet, but they didn't have like the jetway that came out to the plane, and like you walk down the tunnel and get on the jet like they did when we left. When we left from uh, Metro Airport, I think it was Metro or Flint, one of the two. You know, we walked out on the nice little jetway. Yeah, we get to Evansville. They bring a truck with a set of stairs to the plane. You walked off that. You walked into the terminal. You walked up this bay of garage doors, and they would bring the train in with the luggage cart on it. They open the garage doors, and they would start taking luggage off the truck and putting it on the ground, and you had to find your luggage and pick it up.
Yeah, that's fun.
That was old school, man.
Yep.
Uh, and that airport was that way for a while. So then they built a new terminal with all new jetways and stuff like that. And then the airline that flew in and out discontinued jet service to the place.
Well, the last jet ride I had was from Atlanta, Georgia to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we went from Detroit to Pittsburgh into Evansville. We had a yeah, that's one of those planes. Yeah, well, that's oh no, they didn't have the carousel thing. I said, I mean, you had to they, I mean, you had to walk across the tarmac to get to the building too. I mean, but the plane was a little bit bigger. That's why they had to bring the staircase out. But yeah, there was no carousel for the luggage. Okay. Oh, jeez. Oh shit, that's part of the map. God damn, I didn't realize that. Fuck. It was always one of the signs when we would come into town. You would pass the airport. We always knew we were close to our grandparents' house when we saw the airport because that was like right on the edge of town. Then they moved where the airport was, so you didn't drive past the terminal anymore coming in on the freeway. The old terminal still sat there for a long time, but apparently my dad was saying he thinks where the hotel we're staying at is actually where the old terminal used to be. Like when they tore down the terminal, they built this hotel on that spot. I'm like, oh, okay. But because I don't know if it was a 41 connector or some sort of connector thing they finished down that way. We won't be coming into town the way we normally would come in, the way we were used to from when we used to go down there, like at least when I was last. Is when I used to get, we used to follow the same highway all the way down to about Indianapolis, and then we would jog over from Indianapolis over to Terre Haute, and then we would take Terre Haute down. From Terre Haute, you went straight into town. I guess you don't do that anymore. I guess he says now you don't even go to Terre Haute. We'll come into town, and if we follow the way he thinks that the GPS will take us, we'll end up coming into town on a completely different road. Okay. But he says you'll probably start remembering things when you get into town it'll look familiar. It's like I think I can navigate myself around town. I remember enough. But I guess the idea is now that if we go down the day early, like they're saying, we may end up just following each other, which I said that will probably end up stop because I said at some point we're going to get separated. I just know because I told my sister, I said, hey, if you need to stop or I need to stop, we're stopping. I don't care. I said if I have to stop and stretch, I'm going to stop and stretch. We will call them and tell them, hey, go ahead, we'll meet you up with you, because we probably would want to stop more than he'll. We were going to joke and tell my mom that if she gets annoyed with Dad, she can always get in the truck with us. Oh, I may have to end up stopping for gas more than they have to, too. I mean, I don't know if my truck will get better mileage than the Jeep or not. Well, I mean, mine gets, because mine, hell, I think we may have the same engine in our cars. Because mine's got the 6 in it. I think that's what's in the, I said, there's a good possibility that his Jeep and my car have the same engine in them. Yeah, I think that's what he's got in his, and that's what I've got in mine. But yeah, we were trying to figure out how many gallons the tank was in the truck. We think we narrowed it down to 20. It's either 23 or 26 because that's what was listed in the book as fuel capacity of the vehicles. And he's like, well, list 2 different ones for the same truck. And I was like, well, I said, it's probably if you pay to have the extended tank put on the car, is the 26. And I don't think my truck has the extended tank on it. So, yeah. And I don't know if he was just trying to figure out, like, both vehicles have the same capacity. You're also looking at a truck that probably weighs a couple 100 pounds more than the Jeep. You know, full size crew cab, 4-wheel drive Jeep Grand Cherokee. Yeah, I probably easy got a couple 1,000 pounds on a vehicle weight wise. It's I believe they would refer to it as a Longhorn. That's just the. Oh wait, you're talking about my dad's. I, I don't know. It might be. It's a 20. I think his is a 22. Oh no! Sorry, his is actually a 23. I forgot he got it really recently. Because my buddy's got a 2021 or 2022, and it looks a little different than my dad because they must have done some restyling on the one my dad's got. Because I was looking at like the grill looks a little bit different than the taillight. They're the same size. Yeah, they're size-wise they're the same, I think. Because yeah, he got a Jeep, and then his wife just got a Volkswagen SUV. Whatever their new mid-sized one is. He'll take it to the dealership and get it fixed. He's got a warranty on that bad boy. Oh no, it's got a warranty on it, and as long as he'll have it'll be under warranty and the whole time he has it. He just leased it. He doesn't own it. Oh, I forgot what. It was something that we had fixed on one of ours that was just ridiculous. Oh man. Ah, fuck. Yeah. My ex had a Volkswagen Bug. You couldn't change the headlights on that yourself. You had to take. You could, but it involved taking the wheel off of the car and taking the inner fender off, because there was no way you couldn't access where the headlights were from under the hood, because of the way the design of the Bug was. It was when they first remade the Bugs, and they were like a bubble. You know, when it looked like you couldn't tell if it was going forward or backwards from looking at the side of it. It was like fucking arch. We bought the stupid thing was you could buy the headlight for the car at the store. We went into a parts place, and I bought a headlight for the car because it was just the bulb. Right, so they had it. Her year Volkswagen was on the shelf, and I'm under the hood of this. I'm like, how in the fuck do you get this thing out? And then so we had the part, and I said, we got to go to the Volkswagen dealership. I said, I got to ask them. So we get there, and we're like, I can't figure out how to put this thing in. And the guy goes, well. He says, yeah, you got to take the tire off, take the inner fender off, and do all this other. I'm like, oh, okay. He goes, yeah, but she should have it part of her lease. She leased it. She goes, we maintain all that stuff for free. I'm like, really? So all she would have had to do is drive it in here, and you guys would have replaced the headlight for free. Yeah. So I wasted about an hour trying to figure out how to put this motherfucker up. I said, well, here's the bulb. Can you just put it in for us? I'm like, did you know that? She goes, I didn't know that. Well, now you do. Anything you need done on the car. Oil changes were free, apparently, too, or something like that. I'm like, well, Volkswagen's got the hookup, man.
Yeah, probably never lease a vehicle.
It's cheaper than buying them. Yeah. Well, it was. I mean, until like this year. Um, that is why my friends bought the Volkswagen that they did, because they looked at leasing one, and she works for Volkswagen. She got a little bit of an employee discount. The trade-in they had for an old car that her sister had given them, that was a death trap, traded that in, her discount, the lease payment and getting a loan to buy the car, their payments were only $50 different. You know, and like mine, when I got mine and if I was going to buy it, there's like $150 difference a month almost, or more, if you were going to buy the truck as opposed to, you know, just leasing it. I got it for 3 years. I don't put that many miles on it in a year. If anything goes wrong with it, it's covered by the lease. It works out for me just because I don't do a lot of driving out. Well, even when I was working, I didn't do a lot of like traveling. Yeah, I get 12 to 15,000 miles a year on it to use. Depends on how the lease goes. I mean, just for me, leasing's always worked out better, just because of the fact that I just don't have couldn't afford what I get. Right. That was their thing. They were hoping not to have to buy a car, but eventually it got to the point where, because she had quit her job because they said financially it made more sense. Um, they were paying for daycare for the kids, and I guess just financially it made more sense for her not to work, because they were basically paying for, you know, her paycheck was just going to pay for the daycare. And so they said, well, it made more sense for her to stay home. And then she didn't really need a car. Her sister had given her sister or cousin had given her something that if she needed it. But God, this car needed brakes. The tires were bald. I mean, it was a piece of shit. It was really like she'd only use it in a case of utter emergency. And so, and then her job, though, her job contacted her, said, hey, we really could use you to come back. Could you come back on a part-time basis? And then she was working from home, and then they wanted her to go in the office, so they needed something. Because then he was going in and out of the office, too. And he couldn't bring himself to get a minivan. They needed something big enough because they had a giant stroller that they usually carried around for the kids.
Would he stay in it? That's the question. Oh.
Yeah. It looks like a baby stroller, but it's got like a net on it. Yeah, my cat never really liked to go outside. He was the kind that would like you put a harness on him and he'd step out and just fall on his side. And I never tried with Buster because I couldn't find a harness big enough for him. Not, I mean, I was probably gonna have to get a dog harness, but we did try with it. We had like a big cat harness here from the old cats, and yeah, he did not fit in it. Yeah, my sister thought about doing that for her cat. She thought her cat would walk on me. Buster's big thing was birds. He would sit and watch the birds through the, he'd sit in the windowsills and watch the birds fly by. I was always afraid he was going to go through the fence, through the screen. I wanted to get like this heavy duty screen material for my one window that he used to sit in all the time. So I'm like, that he is going to push this. I said his fat ass is going to push that window, that screen out. I said it's not that secured, and he weighs enough to poke that screen out. I don't think the screen was meant for a 25-pound cat to be pushing on it. Yeah, see, ours were never outdoor. My sister's cat was such a prissy animal, she wouldn't have known what to do with outside. Persian, I don't think she could have survived outside.
Man. And I guess Mama Bird and Papa Bird are childless. Man. Man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sometimes they do, yeah. My first one hated water. My first cat Rascal. If you carried him anywhere near a sink, he'd freak out. Um, Buster loved water. That cat was always trying to get into like the shower after you used it. He would get in there and start licking like the walls and stuff. How can you not outrun a snake? They don't move that fast. I was gonna say, yeah, they don't move that quick. That's the funny thing.
Man, what a phobia. I don't know about all that. Yeah, but how would you prep them? Because the legs are fuzzy. Hmm. I don't know about that. Oh man. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah. Hmm. Oh my God.
Okay, she thought the stuffed animal was getting cold. Okay, just wanted to make sure I heard that correctly. At any point, did you think to tell her, honey, it's an inanimate object? I mean, you just let her go with it. Okay.
Wow. I'm not touching that at all. Well, I got a crowd staring at me every day. I got one, a collie, a big plumpy one, a rhinoceros, and an old mutt besides Benji. Well, while we was out and about yesterday, stopped at Burger King. I ordered two Burger Kings with fries. Actually, it was an order for two, and on the side I got a plain hamburger. Benji got spoiled yesterday for Valentine's Day. He got a burger. Yeah. Hmm? I don't know. She is so persnickety on what she'll eat the gravy but leave the shreds behind. If I would give her the pate, she'll still eat the gravy and leave chunks setting. Yeah, I bought the pate. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. If you eat too, eating it too fast. What, Benji? It's that time of day. Really?
I'm gonna jump off and get some lunch. Talk to you later. Later.
Have a good one. I'm gonna have to jump off myself. I gotta walk Benji.